What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we are going to restore the secret. We're continuing Secret of Mana, and we're going to start with the color of the summer sky. And we're going out of order of the OST because we're not going in order. We're going in order of what plays in the game. And so the next track after the last one was Into the Thick of It. The next track that plays is The Color of the Summer Sky, which is the theme that plays when you're in the village. But actually, that's the next one, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, I have the MIDI pulled up here, and let's play the first channel that plays in that song. It's gonna be drums. All right. So we grab our drums, which are from the Roland R8, the Mondo kick, and ouch snare. Let's see what we have here. What kind of a pattern? It looks like these are kind of drifting. I think I remember I needed to, in order to get them not to drift, I needed to run them through VGN trans. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so that works. Let me just save this real quick. Okay, so now if we change, because this one has panning information here, so I want to keep that. I don't know if the other one is gonna have that. I think that was the problem with the other one. So I drag the second one here and don't start new project. And disable these channels. And now this one, let's see. Is this one going to be... No, this one's drifting too, so I don't need this. Or is it drifting, or does it just have some space? I think it just has some space at the beginning. I can remove this. And remove this pattern. Okay, so it seems we have a little space at the beginning. Now that means we just need to remove it. So if I zoom in here, I think this is where it starts. It's kind of hard to tell, but it should be like a quarter step. Yes. Because here is what we have, quarter step of space. No, we have less than a quarter step. So let me see. I don't know exactly how to tell. Where? Okay, here we go. Oh, we can see it is a quarter step, so let me make this unique. I have no idea why it's not a quarter step here. Okay, so we still have all of our notes. That's good. Now, being that this... Okay, so... And we have no drift here, it looks like. Let me check and make sure there's no drift. Good, so we have no drift here, so we're in a good shape. So now I just want to grab my drum pattern and see where it repeats, so I avoid copying any repeats. Looks like let me play it along with the thing. Hello, welcome, Sayudos. I'm sad the commissioner wants to keep the album private. Yep, their money. Why am I surprised I haven't seen many restorations project going for a SNES version, for a SNES CD version of this game? You think this would have gotten one ages ago, considering its development history? I'm just doing what I'm hired to do. Anyway, good luck. Thank you. So let's dive into this. Let me play the drum line, and while I follow the MIDI track here to kind of see when it repeats. So he's kind of keeping it interesting here. He's avoiding repeats. Maybe it stops here. No, it's still going. So it pretty much doesn't have any repeats. Cool, so let's just grab that whole line then. Let's find first empty, call this drums. And let's paste it first into our kick. Let's normalize the velocity with Alt-X. And I can see it's too high. I wonder, so we have to tune the kick. I want to know what note that is going. So, let's see. So what note is that we hear? I think that should be just C. As far as I can tell, that's C for now. So now we just need to cut our snares and then paste them into the snare channel. Let's try that at C. Cool, so let's see how that stands up. I see, I already have a root note set. It's because it sounds a little lower. Yeah, that sounds right for the snare at least. Nice. Cool, so let's get those mixer track. Let's send this to 1 and the snare to 2. Let's call this kick. And this one is snare. Now both of these are going to get reverb, so let's send them to the reverb drum bus. And for our reverb, last time we used a sort of an 80s gated reverb, so let's use that here. We have our rev plate plugin. Let's use the modern style, and let's play that as is, see what we get. Let's shape. That's nice, I like that. Dope. Okay, so next channel is... we have a piano, and I think that piano has another counterpart here. Yes, that's the piano line. First, let me see what y'all are saying. Hi, Clifford, welcome. What's up, Xavier? Welcome. Okay, so looks like we've got It looks like here's where it starts doing some different stuff. And yeah, then it goes back to its little 1 bar loop. So let me see, let's grab our piano. Or I go nuts over here. Let me let's grab our piano and let's see. Can I Alt X this up? Or Alt up this up? I can't. I want this to be under the actual piano. But then my hotkeys aren't working, so I guess I just have to go. Well, actually, it was fine down there because that's where the piano is. Well, it's also up here. Let me put it up here. Nice. So now let's add our piano, which is from the, I forgot where it's from. I think it's from the Akai. Akai S1000. It's the Akai CD-ROM library. And that's it, all right. So let's grab the first pattern. And let's make a new pattern and call it piano. Paste it into contact and normalize the velocity. And let's make sure that these notes are going to channel 1. So Alt C to change the color. Up an octave. That's right. There we go. And now the second layer of this. Copy that and head to the contact and paste. Put it up an octave. Alt X to normalize the velocity. And Alt C to change the color to green. Although that does seem pretty loud, so let me lower that a bit. Let me lower like -6. There we go, that's much better. Okay, and let's send that to a mixer track. Let's send it to 3. And let's name 3 piano. And let's send it to accompaniment reverb. I think sounds like it has some reverb. Yeah, it has some reverb in it, subtle reverb. But let's go and add our TSAR1 reverb. And let's make it real subtle, like 10%. And I think we can leave it right there. Yes. Nice. And then we have another part of this. You have like a B section to this. And this part right here, and it kind of goes, kind of has this 1 bar and then it's this ending. Well, actually, it's only even like just this 1 bar because we can just repeat this quarter note the whole time. Let's copy that and paste it at the end there. Put it up an octave. Alt X to normalize the velocity. And Alt C to make it all channel 1. Cool. So now if we're pasting or painting our song in the playlist, let's put our drums first, and the drums don't start till about a bar in. And then let's put the drums down to here somewhere. But let me change my snap first. And then we put the piano in. I think we grabbed more bars than we actually need for this. I can remove this one right here. Oh, oops. And then, so we have that one bar, and then we just, I think it plays throughout the song until that B section. So when that B section comes in, we want to loop this half of the bar all the way until the very end when we allow it to have its ending. And that's it for the piano. So what else do we have going on in this channel? We have I think that's it for because that whole channel is going on like that. This goes on for the remainder of the song. So yeah, I think that's all we have. Yep. So we have this melody line in the next channel. So we're going to use this is going to be the TG77, and I have a sound font made of the TG77's, some of the TG77 waveforms. Excuse me. So, how long does the flute go on? I think this whole thing is a flute. And it switches, actually I forgot to check on the panning for the piano. Let me see. The piano is slightly to the left, and I think I'll have that reflected in the MIDI. Piano is 45% to the left. And yes. I do believe the drums are centered, as they should be. Excuse me. So our flute. And we can use note pans for those changes in panning. So let's grab this whole line. I do believe this is all flute. Jesus. Oh wait, this is the one with space in it. Let's make a new pattern. Oh man, we call this melody. Power through these hiccups here. Okay, so let's paste this here. Alt X to change the velocity. And let's see, this is gonna go up an octave. I believe that's the right octave, isn't it? Is it up an octave? No. Ooh. So we just need a vibrato here, it sounds like. Jeez. As in the original, let's look at the vibrato in the original. A little bit slower. But how long does it take to come in? How much is that delay? And is there a volume envelope on it? Whoops. No, there's no volume envelope, but it does have a transient that I'm having trouble getting out. Whoops. So it's supposed to have like this kind of, you see, it's supposed to have this sharp shift. There we go. That should be good enough. Let's see. Sounds good. And then lastly, we want to get our panning information, which is 36% to the left. But remember, we have a change there, so I want to put it into note panning information for now. So this would be, let's see, 36% to the left, about right here. There we go. And then it changes. When does it change? Let's go into our automation and see. We can see, okay, it changes around here. That's that B section. And then we can make note of how the notes look there and go and find that in here. And that is about right here, bar 13. So now wait, what is our panning? I forgot. What is the panning change to? It goes to 45% right. So we'll go into our note pan and go and find 45% right. And then automate it. Or no, change it. There we go. Nice. So now we just need a, let me name this flute. So now we just need a mixer track. Let's send it to a mixer track and send it to the melody reverb. There's a lot of reverb. And let's send it to TSA. Let's make the new reverb TSAR1. And it has heavy reverb, so let's give it a hall reverb because it's an orchestral instrument and make it 17%. Nice. Hi, what's up? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. All right, so we've got that flute down. Now, what's next? That's that harmonica. And that's that's actually a TG77 waveform, but we weren't able to get it because it changes too much. We weren't able to get it as a sound font. So I'm gonna have to play it directly from the TG77. Whoops. So let me find. I have my TG77 unit here that I had to buy because there is no VST of the TG77. So turning on the TG77, and I'm gonna put the camera down here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So let's go into. Hold on. I'm gonna put the camera down here. This actually helps me see what I'm doing because I can't even see that well down here. So we have our preset is set to brass 80, and to play this, I'm gonna have to add in a MIDI out because I have a MIDI cable going from my computer to the TG to also my keyboard. So we send this to port 3 because I've sent it to port 3. And then if I play it, I should not hear because I have to set an output. To set it to output to. All right, so that's it, and it's only playing in mono for now because I only have 2 inputs on my USB audio device, one of which is using my voice right now. So I'm only able to do mono right now, but when we record, I'll record in stereo. If the instrument uses stereo. So let's go and find our patch. For this patch, for the harmonica patch, it's called Muthi, and it's in the wind section. So it'll say WN. I think I have to go to memory until I find it. Not here. It's kind of hard to find sometimes. I don't really know how to use this device. Oh, here we go. Wind. Here's the wind section. Muthi. There we go. Whoops. That's piercing. And that has a lot of reverb. So what I want to do is effects bypass. See the effects bypass button here? And then it should have no reverb. But does it have a stereo portion is what I want to know, because if it has a stereo portion, then I have to record it in stereo. So let me unplug my mic, and I'm going to plug in the other input, the other channel, and select, and see if it plays in stereo. One moment. Okay, so we should be back with audio. Yes, we are. Okay, so I've got the it doesn't use stereo, it only uses mono, so I don't need to have the whole I don't need to have the stereo portion. So I can use my voice while I record this. This is the best sounding harmonica I've heard. Well, I've heard better, but it's good for the 80s. It's definitely better than a lot of the 80s samplers I hear. So anyway, now that we have our patch, all we have to do is record it, and it's a little bit too expressive to record as one single sample. I want to get the kind of full sound, you know, not just a single sample kind of thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and put the harmonica line into this MIDI out that I've created, and I think the whole thing should be a harmonica, right? Ah, this is another flute. Okay, so everything is a harmonica except for that section B, which changes to a flute. So actually, I need to add that flute in there too. So let me go and do that real quick before we continue. Whoops, I don't want to put it over there. Or there, but that's fine. And let's also put it up an octave and then normalize the velocity. And it sounds kind of piano-like because of that envelope we put on it to bring out the chiffer. So let me see what they kind of do for that. I think because it's not, there's kind of a little bit of attack as well. So let's try to introduce just a slight bit of attack in there. And is that another note? Really, does it really do that? Let's see. I think I might have missed a note. Let's see. That one does that, and then the other track is like, huh, okay, I guess it does do that. And let me make sure that that last note is like a flute, not just something carrying over. I think it's just the harmonica coming back in, like it's the harmonica rolling over. I think that last note is not there. Yeah, we can leave that last note off, but... And what about the panning on that second layer? Is that... I want to know if that's the same. And so it is... No, it's actually the other direction. So I need to go and say... Let's see, 45% left for that B section on the lower layer. So it's good that we have that as a separate color. Now we can identify it and pan it the other way, 45%. Here we go. Nice. Okay, so with that out of the way, now we can go ahead and grab our harmonica line. Let's copy everything but the end because that's the flute part. And so then we'll put it into the melody line because it's part of the melody and it's actually layered with the flute. So let's Alt X to normalize the velocity. And let me see. Oh, we got a donation from Jim's son. Thank you. How much would you charge for a track request? For one to do a track from some game, like of your choosing, I would have to charge $50 because a lot goes into this, and you're talking about like at least 6 hours of work for that. So yeah, that would be about it. Yeah. Thank you for the donation. Very generous of you. Fun fact, Secret of Mana became my favorite game after playing Kingdom of Hearts and Evo because I wanted to play more action RPGs. Nice. Yes. So anyway, let's try to play this. Let's play this harmonica line and see what we get. And I don't want to hear the flute right now. But it sounds like it's not that expressive, like it doesn't really need a Let me try sampling one of those notes and see if that would see if it would maintain the same kind of sample fidelity. Let me raise the volume so it kind of almost peaks. So we get a good. There we go. Just raise it up to infinity. Or raise it up to top level. Nice. And then if we normalize that, trim the sides, and we can sort of loop this. It's kind of cycling everywhere, but if we tune the loop, we can get a good loop on it. And then delete the part after the loop because we don't need that anymore. And then let's drop it in. Let's see if a single sample would, let's see how a single sample sounds. Because I think that's only playing a single sample. Now compare that to and I think it has some, the only thing I noticed is that it has some release going on. Yeah, I actually like the sound of that release. It sounds much more natural like that. So let me go ahead and go through with recording this line. So now what we need to do is essentially exactly what we did before, but instead of recording one note, we just record the full thing. And I actually want to be in 48K for this one because I want to get a good quality on it. Let me save this. Open it back up in 48K. And then it should still play. It shouldn't ruin the. That sounds fine. How would I do that? Patreon. Yeah, you can do that. You can contact me on my email by my email address or my Twitter. You can messaging me on Twitter is a good place to is a good place to hire me for professional stuff. Yeah, just if you message me on Twitter or send a email to oh wait, no. Whoops. Wrong one. That would be a good place to reach me. So Twitter or that would be my choice. Yes, Google Super Chats does take 30%, so PayPal is the best way to donate. But I'm not picky. Yes, but it is the best way. Yo, the master at work. Been loving the ALTTP remasters. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. So, let's continue with recording this line from the TG-77. So we're going to let me just make sure that it plays at the right volume and it doesn't peak. Because I think we did we mess up our driver? Okay, so we have audio. It's just that it messed up the input, I think. Yeah, I think it messed up something with the. I'm not receiving any audio from the TG-77, and it's also not controlling the TG-77. My USB MIDI is responding to. Let's see if turning it off and on works. Weird. That is very strange. I might have to restart FL Studio and see if that helps. Okay, so we're still in 48K. Let me see. Let me open the project and see if we now have audio from the TG7, or we're now controlling the TG-77 again. TG-77 MIDI is being received. Let me try changing my driver again. I don't have access. I don't see. Let me try turning it off and on. Nope, I'm not getting anything from this thing. But let me try plugging my headphones in and see if I'm receiving audio from the line. Yep, receiving audio, but it's not. FL Studio is not giving it to me. So closing out FL Studio again. Harmonica sounds drunk. Yeah. I'm just gonna try in the regular project. Maybe the project is something's wrong with that. Okay, see, I'm getting it here. So maybe am I getting it? So now is it a problem with the project? Or did I just fix it? Project. Let me see what happens if I open another MIDI out. I might have just glitched the project. Problems a lot. Well, Windows it's probably a Windows thing. Okay, so I can't. So what I'm gonna have to do is save this as a score file. I'm gonna have to leave my project, open a new MIDI out, and then open it. See, my computer does stuff like this all the time. It tries to find new ways to make problems for me, and I have to find new ways to work around it. And so we send this to port 3 and open the in2. Oh, but I need my tempo. What's my tempo for that project? Oh wait, is this? Yes. For some reason it disarmed my recording thing. So if you don't have this red light lighting up, it's not going to record. It's not going to arm the disk recording. So you won't be able to record. So that was the problem there. So let's go and record that line. And let me make sure to effects bypass, because there was effects on that. All right. And now we just want to save this as, I'm going to save this. I have a folder made for recordings. So PG77 recordings. Let's save this as Summer Sky Harmonica. And so now we have that as a file. We can remove our instance of Edison. Go grab that file. Oops. Oh, I have to refresh. And then we drag it in. Cool. So let's trim any silence that is in the beginning. And So now we can also let's give this a there's, as far as I can tell, there's no envelope on it or anything. It's just reverb. Yeah, there's no envelope or anything on it. But there might be reverb. So let's give it a mixer track. And let's call it Harmonica. My house sounds like a concert now. Woo! All right. What makes Oh Boy the best? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that must be a character in the game, probably. I'm gonna guess that's a character in the game. But I don't know this game very well, so I'm not gonna respond. But you guys, everybody else can respond. You guys can answer that question. Okay, so now I want to send this with a new mixer track. I want to send this to lead reverb. And I want to add the flute to the song. So now with the flute, we can kind of hear it all together. But also, I think I have this MIDI out. I want to make sure not to play this MIDI out. So it's not going to play over it. Let me turn that down a bit. Nice. Okay, so let me know what y'all think of that so far, and then we can move on to, meanwhile, I'll move on to the next channel, which is nothing yet. Oh, this is that brass patch. Oh, don't remind me, I need to, okay, the panning is center for this one. That's good. And for this one, the panning is also center, so we can remember that. But this is also a TG77 patch, this brass. A synth brass from the TG77. So what I want to do is now, and I think this one might actually be stereo, so I might have to unplug my microphone and when we record that one. All right, so love your work a lot. You should be proud of how much amazing content you've created. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, and I am proud. Journey of a service dog. I hope you've come a long way to learn to type and use a computer. All right, so let's grab this synth brass line, which is this right here. Let's see if we have any repeats. No, it looks like it's a straight, wait. We do have repeats. So this is, and I have to also see, so this is a repeat. It repeats it after 4 bars, and then it moves on to something else. Which I have to play this to see if it's the brass all the way through. Okay, and then the rest is an organ. So we can send this to the first empty and call it brass. And then we're gonna add our, I thought we had a MIDI out. Yes, we do. So let's paste this here. Let's attenuate the frequency velocities. Cool. So now we're gonna send it to the TG77 and let me show you guys what patch is being played here. But if I play it right now, it should play oh wait, I have to. So now it's playing the harmonica, but we want to switch it to the brass patch. Whoops. Okay, so I want to go and find the brass patch. So let me cycle through here. Basses. Let me press the bank button. Okay, I think this is just cycling through everything. So I have to hit memory to go to a different bank, I guess. Because if you cycle through memory, if you look at the symbol, it says P1. But then you can cycle through P2, voice I for internal which is internal memory. And then so P1, P2, and then it's just internal memory again. So let me see. Bass, that was where we were with all the basses and the acoustic pianos and the electric pianos and the winds. Let's try P1. P1 is going to be also the same thing. I don't know. Let me try P2. P2 looks like something different. I think this is the one where I found it. So let me just go and cycle through here and try to find brass, which is denoted BR. So try to look for BR. Ah, there we go. And I'm looking for the 1980 preset. It should say BR98, 1980. It's not here. Wait, it was probably in a... I think there was like more than one section of brass. Maybe if I press the bank button. That's drums. That's the end. Are these more brass or is these the same brass? No, that's the same brass. Let me see if anyone has responded. Keyboard dog would be legendary. I like keyboard cat. Yeah. All right, so let me see. I'm just trying to find this bank right here. I'm sort of new to using hardware stuff. Oh wait, was that something? I thought I saw brass. No, I think I was just blending stuff. Wait, this was brass again. Oh, that's just the same brass again. I need to hit memory and go back. Now I'm in internal. Let me see what happens if I cycle through everything here. So that's the end. Ah, here we go. Here's more brass. Lucky, no, big band, 1980. There we go. That's the one we want. Okay, that was a big waste. Not a waste. But that was difficult. So anyway, now they always make these things difficult. I wish these things were easy to read, but you can't. This is like 40 years old, so I guess the organization hadn't been invented then. But anyway, so let's see what I really want to know. I think this is a stereo patch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug my mic and I'm going to see and I'm going to try to record this in stereo because if I play it now, in mono, but you can kind of hear what it sounds like. So that's in mono, and so now once I unplug my mic, you'll hear it that it's in stereo. So actually, this one's in mono too. So I don't need. Oh wait. All right. So actually, this one's in mono too. I don't need to. I don't need to give it stereo value. So now I can just record that into Edison. Let me see. This is gonna be. Nice. That'll do. Nice and loud. So then we just hit record and. Nice. Okay, so now we have our line. Let's see. Hiccups are coming back. Let's trim the side noise, normalize it, and save it as Summer Sky Brass. Let me see, do I have this as mono or is that left channel to mono? Yes, I can make this, I can just make this mono to save space. Let me also do the same with the other track, the harmonica. Let me do the same with this one because I want to save space. Oh. Okay. So now I can remove this instance of Edison and drag the brass into the project. And I think the brass, when does it start? It starts later. It starts after the everything kicks into full swing. And this, I'm going to have to repeat, because this first verse like kind of repeats twice and then it goes into the full thing. So what I'm gonna have to do here is make sure that I don't clip off, because what is this is like a I think these notes are two notes running into each other. Oh, I also have the MIDI going with that, so I have to disable that. Let me turn it down too. Yeah, Oh, that's that final note. So I can just cut it off here and it should work. Cut it off there and then repeat it again. And then you let the rest go. Let me see, does it have any release on it? I think this patch has like no release. So it's oh wait, yeah, it has a little bit. There we go. Okay, so give this a mixer track. Now let me see if that has any reverb on it. It does. It's also pretty quiet. It also sounds like it has a bit of an envelope on it. No, it doesn't actually have an envelope. It's just shorter notes, I think. I think maybe I'm just imagining things. It doesn't have an envelope. It sounds plenty fine. Nice. Hey Sam, this one's using pitch bending. No, this one is not using pitch bending. What you hear, that's not that's probably just a sample, you know. I think that's a harmonica sample. That's kind of has a little bit of twang to it. There's like a bit of a pitch bend at the beginning of the sample in the TG77, so that might be what you're hearing. Nice. Okay, so what's next? We have some strings. Oh no, wait, we have we have that marimba. So the marimba is from the Sound Canvas V is from well, it's from the Roland U220, but the best place to get that sound is from the Roland Sound Canvas VA, because the VA has all most of the Roland stuff. So we go to chromatic percussion. I think it's the SC55 map, because it was also in the SC55, I guess. So who knows what they actually used, because they use some SC55 here as well. So let's grab the marimba line, and I think there's another layer. Here it goes. Dun, 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 dun. And it looks like it's spread. The panning is spread. So this first line is panned to the right 70%, and the lower level is panned 70% to the left. And the way we can kind of simulate that is we have to have 2 layers in the Sound Canvas VA. So we set the second part. There's multiple sounds you can have multiple layers within the Sound Canvas VA. So we just want to make the next layer, the next channel, another marimba, and let's take the reverb down on both of them. Cool, that works. And so now we just want to set one to be panned. Let's see. Where's my panning knob? Because I don't like the way those numbers work. They're confusing. L70. Put the first one to be, no, R70. Oh, but it only goes up to 63. Weird. So I think we're just going to, since the numbers don't match, I think we're just going to take the knob is at. Like, take the look of the knob, and if you set it, it's like at going about there. So let's just set it to what looks correct, like 44. 44 will do. And then, but that's part 2. We want part 2 to be panned 44 to the left. 46. And then part 1 is going to be panned to the right. Cool, so that looks right. So then we grab the first line. And it's really just 1 bar, so we only need 1 bar of this. Let's make a new pattern and call it Marimba. And let's paste it here, and let's not forget to change the color because color points to channel. And the channel points to which layer in SCVA we're using. So we want to press Alt C to make that green for channel 1. And then we want to press Alt X to make it normal velocity. Let me see what y'all are saying too. Good to see you again. Good to see you, my friend. Hey man, love your work. Thanks. Welcome to the stream. All right. So, okay, the harmonica sounds slightly reverberated too. Yes, because I put reverb on it. That I didn't record it that way. I added a reverb channel already. So what you're hearing is TSAR1R because it was reverberated in the game. So I just added that on, or at least it sounds like it. I think it might have been hidden by, let's see. Might not have been reverberated. Yeah, that's reverberated. I can hear reverb on that. Light, but it's there. So we have this. Oh, I forgot to. You always want to boost the SCVA's volume because it's very low volume. I think that's an octave too high. Is that the? I think I copied that wrong. Ah, yes, I forgot that first note. Delete this. Paste. Scroll down to put it down an octave. Alt X to normalize the velocity. And Alt C to make it green. So then, and that's panned to the right just like we wanted it. And then we grab the second layer, 1 bar only. And then this one we want to paste and Alt X, change the velocity, and bring it an octave down, control down. And this one we want to go to channel 2. So let's select channel 2 and Alt C to change the channel. Nice. And then we paste that, right? We can paste that right here with the melody. Now I just want to give that, let me call this Marimba. And let me give it a mixer track. And this is basically a lead because we don't have it playing, we don't have anything playing, we don't have it playing under a melody or anything. So let's send it to lead reverb. But that might be a bit much reverb. Yeah, it shouldn't sound like it has that much reverb. So let me send it to accompaniment. Yes. Nice. So next we have, and I'm remembering that organ, but we're not getting there yet. I'm gonna do that last. So now we have strings. And these strings are panned a little bit, so let's go into contact and add our strings patch, which is from the also from the S1000, I think. No, wait. I don't know why I still have this. We use the... We're using the Yamaha PSL library for our strings. PSL CD. So it's a Yamaha CD-ROM library. And let's see. So we've got that. We've got some organ in there too. So let's go and grab that strings line. And I can stop this for now. So it looks like it's just a straight up one, like, repeated bar. So let's go and copy that. And let's call this strings. Yeah, let's call this strings. A new pattern. Oops. Now we're going to paste this in our newly created pattern in the strings in the contact channel. And let's send this to channel 2. So we select 2 and then Alt-C to change the channel. And also Alt-X to change the velocity. Nice. So that sounds pretty on. That's pretty spot on. Nice. Except that might have a little bit too much release. Yeah, 500 milliseconds, that's too much. That's good. So now we want to give this mixer track, but remember we're sharing a channel with the piano, so we don't want to put it in the same channel. So let's go to output and select create master output channel. And then select in the output section, select plugin out 3 and plugin out 4. And then go to the processing tab in FL and send it to plus. This is going to add it on. So we have it sent to 3. We want it to go to channel 8. So 3 plus 5 is 8. Let's send it plus 5. And so now we should see that one light up. So now let's call it strings. Let me see, does this sounds like it has a little bit of reverb too. Let's send this to accompaniment. Nice. And so now let's paint this into our project. Let me move this up because I want the drums to be at the bottom. And let's insert one here. Yeah, we'll insert one here. Let me put the marimba back down here too. And also let me move the piano down here. Just doing some organizing here. So the strings can start right here since the marimba stops. There we go. So now all we should have left is our organ, which is most of this stuff, or actually it's all these last 4 channels here in the B section. So let's play those together. Cool. And so now, one thing that's annoying about the TG77 is you can't use it to create a volume envelope on an organ, because they want an organ to remain, sustained, because you can't, in real life, you can't do a volume envelope on an organ. So what I have to do, because there's a volume envelope on this organ, I have to record it in layers. So I have to make a wave file for each of these. But I want to kind of avoid that if I can. Maybe if I can get away with doing one sample, because the organ sounds pretty uniform. But first of all, let me play it. Let me grab all these lines, and I'm going to play it for you without the thing. So there's 2 bars. Looks like there's 2 bars here. We'll copy that. 2 bars, and then it repeats. Let's find first empty and call it organ. And let's send it to MIDI out. Re-enable the MIDI out. Let me make sure there's also nothing else playing here. Okay, we can actually delete this because we're not using it. And we can remove the notes on this. Okay, so the organ. Let's paste our bar of notes here. And what happened here? I think I might have been cutting some of the notes. Let's go and grab the bottom notes again. And paste it into our MIDI out. Also normalize the velocity. And actually, let me check on the panning for the strings, because I forgot about that. %45 to the right. There we go. Okay, so now we have our second layer of organ. Alt X, normalize the velocity. And then the third channel. And then the final channel. Alt X. And let me play it for you guys. It's gonna play the wrong one first of all, but let's see. Let me just make sure it works. We want to change this to the organ, so let me show you guys what I'm working with here. Why does reverb sound so good? Reverb, well, reverb sounds good because it sort of it just makes you feel good, I guess. In we're evolved to like reverberated space, right? Like reverb because it sort of, I don't know, it sort of makes you feel like the room around you is big, I guess. But anyway, let me show you guys what I'm working with on the TG77 window. So now we have the screen that shows the brass patch. And so what I'm going to do is navigate to the organ patch. If I can find it. I can never find anything with this unit. Okay, it's not there, so let me try a different bank. I think this is just the same stuff. I have to do memory. And I'm in internal right now. I think if I change to presets, maybe it's in presets. Not here either. Let me try presets 2. I think it's here. I think I remember it being here. Yes. Organ. That's the one we want. So now if we play this, but we want it an octave up. So that's compared to that's right. We just need a volume envelope on it. And so the way that I do volume envelopes when I record from the TG77 is that you just have to put an envelope over the whole recording. But that's not going to work because we have each of these notes are kind of having an envelope independently, meaning they're decaying out. Each note is decaying out independently. So you can't just throw a envelope over the whole thing because it's just going to make everything fade out. So what I have to do is either record this in layers or just record one note. And so let me try recording one note and see if one note holds up the fidelity, because I really don't want to have to record, like spin the file space to record all this if I don't have to. Let's see, because this sounds pretty uniform. And I think this is a stereo patch. So let me unplug my mic and try to record just the middle C, or this middle C here. So now let's see if that kind of holds up. Let me drop this sample in. And let's see if that sample fidelity holds up. I think I drifted this note a bit. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay, so now let me turn this down. And let me paste this line here to see if the sample fidelity holds up. Oops. I have to make sure that it doesn't play out the whole thing. Nice. I actually like that. Let me try to play the original. But I have to play it in stereo, so let me kind of listen in stereo. It sounds good, but I think there's little intricacies that kind of degrade the quality of it. So let me actually go through the process of recording all of these lines independently. Let's see. Goodness, this is bringing back memories. I was at youngest 12 when I played it, but I was probably 13 as I had to borrow it from a friend. I rented this. Yes. Super Metroid and Donkey Kong best remasters. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. SNES was my first very serious console and took forever to save up for it and add the many shiny things that you pull into your wallet. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna record this line one layer at a time. Let me delete this because I don't need it anymore. So let me unplug my mic because I'm gonna have to record it stereo. Okay. And so now with all those layers recorded, now if I just have to save this one. Okay, and now we just need an envelope on all of these things. So let me see. I can use Fruity Envelope Controller. Let me unmute all these. I should be able to use a Fruity Envelope Controller to do this, and then now they should all be independently using a different thing. Like all four of them. Wait. I think all of these are actually using... No, they're just it's just repeating. I'm going to need 4 envelope controllers. So what I want to do is actually I want to set my envelope first. So let me cut all these notes and set the envelope. So I want to hear the original first. So it's like 2 quarter notes of decay. So now if I set, if I can, and I can disable all these. I set tempo and then I want to do 2 quarter notes, which this is 1 bar. So I want to go to half the bar. And so first I want to add my first organ in there. That'll be like this and like this. And then the organ pattern we paste right here. And so now with that controlling the envelope, so with the notes there, we just have to set the volume to be controlled by the envelope controller. So now I want to solo, I kind of want to solo just this part. So now we have to set our envelope. Let's see. Oh, it's still say. It's just having some attack because remember we have to process the envelope ahead of the sample a little bit because it kind of doesn't take right away. There we go. So now with that said, we should have a good sharp attack on this. Oh, that's weird. So why am I not hearing a sharp attack? Oh wait, is it even controlling it? Let's see. But it's only doing it, it's not going all the way. It's just doing halfway. So that's probably why. Is it bipolar? Yeah, I want unipolar. Let's see. No, it's not working. That's really weird. Oh wait, is it using this one or... Wait, no, I think it's summing them up, so... Let me disable this one and use this one. Yeah, it's only going to halfway. Why is it doing that? Never done that before. That is weird. Oh, it's setting it's controlled being controlled by controller number 1, so let me set articulator 2 to do this. There we go. Nice. And And so now if we go to, let's check that in our wave. Nice. So it looks like it's more of a smooth transition, but there is that drop down for the transient. It's also too loud because we have it controlling the full volume, so we want to set it to be way quieter. We'll see how that works. Actually, let me set it to be a little louder, and then I can always take it down on the mixer track. And let me see how that stands up to the original. Nice. Sweet. Okay, so now we have our first layer. And then what I want to do is clone this envelope controller 4 times. 3 times. And then I'm going to set it to be, I'm going to add in all my organs. And let me put this at the bottom. So I add in my organs on top. And then I want to use this one. And so this is I'm going to add also my notes. Because I think I have them still pasted. I should still have them pasted. Yes. So you select all these with Shift C, and then Shift I to invert the selection, and then cut the rest. And so now I have my notes, and I want to set Fruity Envelope Controller 2 to control my the volume of the next organ channel. And here it is right here. But remember, it's off because this one doesn't start right away. This one supposed to start at the next step. Let me see exactly how much leeway there is. It's like one step. Okay. So that should do it right there. Nice. And now this one's envelope is controlling that. So now we want to do the same thing with the rest of them. Let's paste this here. Let me see what y'all are saying real quick. Yeah, no new chat messages. All right. So the next one is a little bit of an odd interval because it has this space here that I don't believe. Yeah, I don't even have. This is barely. See, I would have to manually do this. So let's add in the next organ. And actually, wait. Yeah. Actually, wait. This one is going to be the next one. I think this one was the third one. The third one was this one, so let's Shift I and cut it. And let's also paste the fourth one in the fourth envelope controller channel. And then let's add all 4 organs. But actually, I think this one was first. We'll find out. So we have to line up the organ with the notes. So if you can notice that this one's is a bit after. It's a bit far after. So let's hold Alt to drag independent of the snap. And that should be perfectly lined up. Yes. And now the third layer, oops. The third layer starts a bit ahead. So then what I want to do, wait, this is the first note. No, the first layer starts a bit ahead. So what I want to do is Alt and put it a little bit ahead. But wait, actually, we want it to delay a bit because we want to give the envelope time to take effect. So we want to put it after. These are all a bit ahead as it is. So that'll work. Now we want to set all these envelopes to control these organs. So we go link to controller. Number 3, articulator 2. Number 4 gets number 4 articulator 2. So now, if I play each of these, the envelope should work. Nice. Nice. Now, nice. So that's our organ line. And now what we want to do is, because we have pannings for all of these, like we have a different pan. So let's see what our panning kind of relationship between those 4 channels are. So it looks like they're all static, but let me check on that because sometimes the automations are static even though they change. Looks like it is cycling a bit. It starts out in the left channel. And then it cycles. So it cycles, it goes from the left channel, it goes to being center, and then it goes back again. And how long does that take is what we want to know. 2, 3, 4. So after 3 notes, it starts going the opposite direction. I think. Let me make sure. One, 2, 3. Oh wait, it actually starts. It starts kind of in the middle and then it spreads out. I wonder if I drop my other MIDI will have this will have the panning LFO correct. Let me see. Nope. Okay, so we can remove this. I just wanted to check. So what we have to do is we have to figure out what this envelope is doing. So it's starting. I think the MIDI should still show us where it starts. So it starts 58% to the left, I think. 58% to the left, and then where does it go from there? We know it starts to go towards the center, but actually it starts to go out more. And so I might be able to use the Pan-O-Matic just to approximate an LFO for this. Let me see what the rest of them are doing. So what's happening, it sounds like it's spread out, like all the notes are spread out, but but they move, like the whole organ moves from right to left. So what I want to do is I'm going to take all these pannings because I think they start out. Take the panning of each layer. So it starts out in the kind of in the left channel, and that's right because it sounds in the right here. So let's start at 58. Let's set this to 58% left, the first organ. And then the next organ, let's set to 30% left. And then the next one, let's set to, what is this? 30% to the right. And then what is the next one? 59% to the right. Okay, so that should be a good spread. And let's send all these to a mixer track because I'm going to have to put a panning effect on them. So let me name this organ. And then we're going to send this to accompaniment because it has some reverb on it, but not much. And we're also going to make this lower in volume because it's kind of too loud for the mix. And let me listen to that, make sure it's spread like that. Because Okay, so it sounds like it is spread like that, it's just moving. So we use the Pan-O-Matic, set it to pan, set the amount 50%. No, the amount to about 75%, and then the speed to be faster. Because it sounds like it starts off moving from... It's moving from left to right, and it's also cycling from left to right. So it sounds like it does one complete cycle for each repetition. So but I want to change that to direction because it's supposed to start about right here. It's a little bit faster. That's pretty good. It doesn't have to be exact as long as it's sweeping. And it's sweeping in the right general direction. Nice. And then we just repeat this line with Control B. And then there's some space here, so we want to kind of remove that. Hold Alt and see. Right there. But it sounds like one of these is a little late. One of these layers. Like this one. I don't know why it sounds late, but it does. Nice. So now with that being said, let's let me see what y'all are saying. Oh. Oh, well, hola, amiga. Welcome. The organ kind of sounds like some beginning of some 80s rock ballad. Yes, it does. Kind of, they used a lot of organs in the 80s. So, but let's go to now the mixing phase since we have everything here. And let me actually unmute everything so we can hear it in full. And I'm gonna go through and kind of, you know, make everything pristine. Put a bunch of mixing stuff on it. So let's start with our kicks. There was also kind of a delay on that one. So whether that was intentional or not, I don't know, but I think he often does that, so. Let's add that in. Nice. And that's about all it needs. This is a good sample. I don't need to do anything else. This one, I think I need to do some saturation. And let's give it some chorus too also because it's kind of static. Nice. And then let's put an exciter on it. Dope. And then our piano. Piano's already pretty good. I don't think we need a saturation on it, but maybe we could. Yeah, that works. Maybe a little bit. And maybe an exciter too. Yes, just to brighten up the clarity. Maybe some chorus. Nice. Now let's EQ this. I want to make the, yeah, do like that. Nice. And let's put some saturation on that. Very subtle. With an exciter. Whoops. Oh man, we have 2 notes going here. Let's turn that off whenever it gets to the double noted part. Actually, more I think what would be better is to just take down the velocity on that part so that it's not overloading the saturator. Nice. Now if we watch our saturator, the light should be lighting up. Should be lighting up if we have any distortion. Nice. Sweet. Okay. So now let's move on to the harmonica. Let's put some chorus on it because it's pretty static. And some saturation. And an exciter. Now the synth brass. Chorus, I think. It's already pretty saturated, so I don't think we need any of that. Maybe an exciter. Maybe because there was a lot of, it sounded like there was a lot of chorus on that one, so let me see. Nice. Was there an envelope on that part? I don't really remember. No, that was just sustain. Nice, that sounds good. And that sounds really good like it is, actually. There's some delay on this. But very bubbly. Maybe 24? There we go. Nice. And I feel we could still use some saturation on that, actually. Yes. And it's already very bright. I don't think we need an exciter on it. Oh, maybe. Yes. There we go. And now the strings. Nice. And finally, the organ. And then an exciter. Nice. All right, that sounds really good. Nice. Still getting distorted a little bit, but... Oh, whoops, I'm just changing the strings. That's my bad. I don't know how that happened. I think we also want to use a limiter on this thing because it had some spikes in volume that were kind of weird. Let's set the ceiling right here. And then let's give it some attack. Yes. But it also has some kind of, it also feels limited. So let me put a Maximus on it, actually. Let's see, we've got the fundamental. Fundamental stays right here, so let me kind of highlight that. I think we also want to upgrade that fundamental, like boost that fundamental. Nice. Let's see our spikes, what our spikes look like. So see the high frequency spikes sometimes. Let's go into those and say, let's compress it. I can hear that too. It's a very strong high spike. And then these are spiking a little bit. Mids. That sounds a little more consistent. And then the bass even spikes a little bit. Yeah, that sounds really good. Let me get the exciter. No, maybe I can turn the exciter up now, because it doesn't have so much spiking highs. Let's go even bolder on those highs. Let's take them down even more, because they're still kind of spiking. But I'm just not sure I want to go that hard on it. can deal with a little spike. Nice. And I think I really just want to raise some of those, some of the highs. I don't want them to spike so much. I just want them to be loud, be more. No, actually, not the highs. The middles, high mids, and maybe reduce some of those some of that presence. Yes. This is the part that I want. Let me maybe put the exciter after that. Nice. Let's hear that. Let's hear how that sits in the full mix. And maybe be louder too. Okay, so let's put a Maximus on that to master it. Oh wow. I think I might have the fundamental too loud. Nice. Dope. So maybe the highs on the piano can come down. And the marimba can come down. The strings are a bit delayed. Nice. Nice. Let me also loop that second part. Just loop it back to the beginning. So this goes have to cut off the drums at the intro. And then select everything and Control B to repeat it. Oh wait, I did just give me some space for some reason. Oh, because the organs have space at the end. Let me not duplicate. Oh, I forgot this part. Let me copy and paste instead. Yes. And I think there's some drum bits at the beginning. It does that drum intro again. Because I want to give it more responsibility on the bass. Nice. Yeah. There we go. Cool. So I like that. Now it just needs an ending. What am I going to end it with? I forgot about the organ on the ending. I'm going to have to record that again if I want an ending for that. So let's try an ending for the flute first. So where does it sound like this flute line wants to go? It goes from G and E to C and G, so it's basically outlining a C major chord, and then in the beginning, it starts back up with what is the... I'm just going to look at everything, all the notes in the beginning to see what it starts with when it goes back to the loop. We have C, F, so it's in F major, it starts out. Dun-dun-dun. Oops, where is it at? So it looks like it's going from F to G, G minor to A minor to back to G minor and then back to F. So it's just kind of a quick chord progression. But that still means it's in F. So what I want to do is, this is in C, so that makes sense because C is the 5, and so it goes right back to 1 by going C, F. So that means we just have to make it an F. Dun, dun, dun. And this goes from E to G to, let's go to C. Back to C again. And let me make sure that this, let me select this one, make sure that this note does not come out. Nice. And so for the organ, we have it going from A sharp to G, and then it pretty much just wants to resolve to F again. So let's take that other first for the lower for the lower organ patch. We really just need to start over with that F note again, because the ending chord is F. And so a lot of these are just outlining an F chord. So maybe for this one, I know I have C, so and C is part of an F chord, so I can just do like that. Whoop, hiccups are coming back. And then what's the other one's doing? This one's going to F again. We can use this and just make it like a power chord. Oh, man. This one also has an A in it. We can use that briefly. Okay, so I think what I'll do, and see if that's good enough, just grab these notes that are part of the F chord that are long, and just let that kind of ring out. And now what I now have to do is I also have to reflect those notes in the envelope controller. You have to say, hey, I want another note here. And it doesn't matter that I don't let it out, because it's all the envelope's gonna make it go way too fast anyway. And then I want this C note here. And then I want another F on the third. Nice. Sweet. That sounds really good, actually. I like it. What do y'all think? The nostalgia song. Hey. Would you ever want to do a mix to your preferred dynamic levels? I like that, like this OST sounded a bit smashed to the 0 dB wall compared to say Chrono Trigger or FF6. Though those might be loud as well. Admittedly, I'm not sure if I'm given a serious listen to the number of years. I'm not gonna do a separate mix. Whatever I do here will be the full version. I don't want to do a mix of my preferred. I want to do mix of normal dynamics level. Pretty like within reason, whatever is in the game. So if anything jumps out at you as not sounding like it's in the game, let me know. Sounds nice. Yes, I'm glad you approve. So I'm gonna play it once all the way through, and let me know if anything jumps out at you guys. Nice. So I think that's pretty much done. Anyway, this sounds pretty lit. It's in the game. Reminds me of EA. Oh yeah, it's in the game. All right. Well, glad y'all like it. So if that's all good, fine and dandy, then we'll let's see. We have, how long have I been streaming for? 238 or 240? Let me see what's next. I might just take a break because yeah, this is almost 3 hours, but we'll come back. Let's see. What is next? Next up that happens in the game is danger. And so I want to run you guys. That one's got a sorry. Oof. That one's got a lot going on. But I think I'm gonna take a break first. So because yeah, it's been I'm gonna come back though. Slaps. Yeah, that one slaps. So I wanted to run you guys by one wave that I had because this part is gonna be a bit difficult. That it's but we'll get to that. Yo, we want Whisper and Mantra. Whisper and Mantra is gonna be. I'm going in game order, so that's kind of what I have to do. Boss theme is good too. I know you going. Oh yeah, I go in game order. Okay, well I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna take a break. So this one is this one we only did it's Color of the Summer Sky, but we're gonna come back and do Danger in about an hour because I gotta eat. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to the stream, and I will see you guys in an hour. And let me know if anything jumps out on you as far as this thing goes. I'm gonna put an MP3 in the Discord to see if so that anybody can jump on it. Let me export an MP3 real quick. So yeah, you can let me know. Oh, I can't even see the export window. Yeah, you can let me know if anything jumps out at you on the Discord, and then yeah, I will see you guys in an hour. Jam and Sam out.